Hey guys, and this is going to be the first episode of my new series called A to Z Around the World, and it's basically a series where I go through all the letters in the alphabet in alphabetical order, and I make a hyper team out of that countries available for each letter. So for A, I've gone for an Austrian and Argentinian hybrid, and it's worked out really well. There's been some really good players in there, like the two strikers and the two defensive mids, and the defense was pretty solid overall in general. And the centre attacking mids were probably the biggest letdown along with the keeper. If you can try and get a different keeper, I think there's another one available from the Argentinian league, then I would try and do that. And maybe try and replace the two centre attacking mids, although the Argentinian one isn't quite as bad as the Austrian one, although you are quite limited on players for that position for the Austrian. But this team is really good in general. I would really recommend making it, mainly because of the defence and the attack as well as the defensive mids, and I will talk about more of the players specifically when the goals come on in a minute or so. But I'd just like to say quickly that I did move channels because of inactive subscribers, so if you are going to subscribe to this channel, can you please stay active, as I will actually be uploading pretty regularly, like 3 times a week hopefully if I can, and then I'll upload a big montage maybe every 2 or 3 weeks, although I do have big exams coming up in about 7 or 8 weeks, so I need to revise for them. But then after that I will be a lot more active, although before I will try and get a few videos up as well. So these are a few variations of the team that you could have made, but the one that I showed you at the start is definitely my favourite team out of all the players, although I would like to try that striker you can see in there for the Argentinian side called Muche, because he has 4-star skills and he's pretty good overall. But we'll start with Martin Bravo, and he is a brilliant player, probably one of the best in this team and one of the best strikers I've played with on the game. The partnership between him and Arnautovic, the Austrian striker who you saw at the start, is definitely the best partnership I've used on FIFA. Arnautovic, who I'll talk about later, is 6'4", and then Martin Bravo's only like 5'8", but then he's got 92 pace I think, and he's got 4-star skills. And when you've got a finish like that, look at that chip. I know Arnautovic nicks the goal, but the chip was exquisite, and he's such a brilliant player. His dribbling is 74, so he's got good close control when he's sprinting with the ball, and he's just so good when you perform the skills. So I would really recommend trying him out. He is quite expensive. I think he cost me about 18k in a 4-2-2-2 striker position, because he is naturally a centre forward, although I'd definitely play him as a striker instead of centre attacking mid, because here you see this is just one example of his brilliant left foot finish, and as he completely outdid the defender with a Berber scoop there. So we'll move on to Arnautovic, and Arnautovic is a brilliant player. Here you can see he's executed a Rabona chip really nicely, but the main attributes for him are again his pace and dribbling, even though he's 6'4", so he's obviously a good target man to use. But then, as you'll see here in this clip, his close control is absolutely brilliant, and he is such a good player that I really recommend using him. The way he flip-flaps past that last guy, and then his finesse shot, he executes it absolutely brilliantly. Although I would try and go with a power shot normally with Arnautovic, because he has got really good shot power, and with Martin Bravo I would play him on the right hand side like I did, because then you've got the ability to cut inside and finesse it, or even just go for a power shot with him. Although he is such a good player that you can basically use finesse or power shot to score against the keeper. So we'll move on to Lamela. He is probably the highlight of this team. He's got an absolutely brilliant long shot, as you saw there. Unfortunately I didn't actually score a long shot with him, but he's got 4-star skill moves, he's pretty tall, he's got great defending, even though his stats seem to lie on his cards, but he is an absolutely brilliant defender as well, and he fits very nicely into that defensive mid role. And I forgot to mention that Arnautovic only costs about 400 coins. You can pick him up for that cheap because he is a non-rare 76. And he is absolutely brilliant. Apparently, according to my mate, he is best mates with Balotelli, so he has got a character to his side apparently as well. But he is really good, and I would recommend trying them out as a partnership. But moving back onto Lamela, he is just so good. As you saw in most clips, he starts the move off by tackling someone, then he beats a few players with skills and then lays it off, or has a brilliant long shot. And then you've got the two defensive mids from Austria, who have 50 and 64 shooting, I think both of them had. And as you can see here, the first shot before and then this shot now. I mean, it just shows that stats definitely lie on a player's card, because those shots were absolutely brilliant. Then you move to the defence, and the Austrian guy, he's absolutely brilliant. He's got 77 pace, and he's quite tall as well, 6 foot. So he's a really good player all round, and he scores a nice bicycle kick there for my custom set. And I'd just like to say thanks for watching the video, because the video is coming to an end. I will move on to B, and I have already made the team, and I'm getting clips of them at the moment. It is a Belgium and Brazil hybrid squad, and most of the players that I'm going to be using are silvers, because I prefer using them to goals, as I think they're so underrated. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the goals and the commentary, and are looking forward to a manager mode episode that will be coming out later this week.